Hey guys, Chris here, and welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to be building an Ntrak module. Now Ntrak is a standard used for N-scale model railroading. It's a series of modules or sections that are put together into a layout. This is one module that I finished already. Well, kind of. I'm going to show you how to build the first step of building an Ntrak module, is building the framework. So, what you will need to make this module out of a sheet of plywood. Out of one sheet of plywood you can make two Ntrak modules. Let me get my book here. Out of one sheet of 4x8 sheet of plywood, you can make two modules. This is the Ntrak module how-to book that's published by Ntrak. Let me show you the parts needed. Alright, so I already cut out these pieces, all the pieces for two modules out of one sheet of plywood. And this is how you're going to cut it out. This is a 4x8 sheet of plywood. You get two 2-foot by 4-foot modules out of it. You have two tops, two low skyboards, which this is the low skyboard here compared to my hand. And then you get all the side pieces, frame pieces. This is going to be 6 pieces. Each one's going to be cut 4 inches wide. And then the two of those strips are going to be cut in half into 2-foot pieces. Now I cut them all out to the right size. And there's a big gap underneath. They didn't cut out quite well because I'm using that and not a table saw like I should have. I don't have a table saw. So here we go. This is going to be how to do it. I cut them out already. You end up with 2 short pieces there, 2 long pieces, skyboard, and the top. Those are all the pieces you need in order to make one module. Also, I had a little mishap with the glue. I was kind of squeezing it to kind of unstick it, and the whole cap came off and it went whack. I got some on the ceiling. I messed up. But anyways, this is how you're going to have it put together. Alright, so I'm back. I have my pieces here ready to be put to use. So, how I'm going to do this is I have a 9/64 drill bit in my drill here. And I have these screws. They're just drywall screws, but they work great. They are 1 1/4 inch by 8 gauge drywall screws, coarse thread drywall screws. And so I'm going to take and set some pieces down here on the workbench, putting the side that's flattest on them facing down onto the table. You can't really see that well, can you? Okay, so I'm going to move stuff down a little bit. This piece I'm not going to use yet. This piece will go over here. Prop it up. Alright, so now I have the 9/64 size drill bit in my drill. Put it up against the corners and drill pilot holes for the screws. Do the other end. Make sure that your edges are nice and square. Alright, now that I got those drilled out, I'm going to switch to my Phillips head driver attachment and the screws. Coarse thread, and I'm going to screw them in. But first, before we do any screwing, a bottle of wood glue doesn't hurt at all. So just take you only need it on the one piece. And I have this thing upside down. This piece is upside down. Always make sure your pieces are the right way up, or that's going to happen and you're going to have, yeah. Screw them in, not too tight, because we don't want to strip it. Like we just did. Right, we just split the wood. That's not even sitting flat either. Oh good, my phone's okay. Okay, so the last part did not... Shoot! Why is this always falling down? Why? Why you fall down? In there like that. Okay, there we go. Good. So I messed up. Apparently it was the right way the first time. Or, yeah, it was right the first time. Great. So let's try it again. Make sure they're nice, the corners are squared. Drill it in. There we go. There's half of it done. Now the other end. Apply the glue. Slap them together. Get your screws and screw them in. Maybe I shouldn't have this. There we go. Alright, now that half is done, that is not going to sit level. So we turn it completely around, still with the flattest part facing down. Facing towards the tabletop that you're working on, your workbench. Now we do the same procedure, drilling the pilot holes. Pilot holes are drilled. And now we apply the glue. Apply the glue, screw her together. There we go. Other side or end. Same procedure. Glue and screw. It didn't go in the right spot. And that part is done. Now we flip the whole thing over and get our top. Okay. Yeah, we're good. All right. So we put the piece on there for a trial fit. And she fits. So now you're going to notice at the back end here, there's going to be a gap about the thickness of a sheet of plywood. I'll explain that a little later. So first, we're going to take and put glue on these edges. Only on 3 of the 4 sides though. Only 3 of 4. Run a nice bead of glue along it. And there we go. Now we're going to take the piece of plywood. We're going to do the smooth side down. That way when we go to lay our track, the glue will stick to it better. Get my shop rag here. Really dirty shop rag. There we go. Square it up. Make sure it's even. Square. Change out the drill bit one more time. And drill pilot holes along the front edge. I do it about every 6 inches or so. Change out the bit for the driver and put the screws in. There we go, that front end edge is now attached. I'm going to put my wrap, there it is on the floor. Wipe off the front so we don't get glue all over ourselves. Put the drill bit back in the drill and we drill the sides. Same procedure. There we go. Now that's all laid out. Let's flip this around so that the gap back here is facing us. There we go. Now you may notice this gap here is the same thickness as a sheet of plywood. That is because Well, that may not work too well. This piece, that's because we're going to put this on there. But after a little modifications first. Grab your backboard. And we're going to put two. I'm putting my backboard on to this other backboard on top so I can use that as a template. We're just going to use jigsaw to cut out these two little notches. Nice. Alright, so now we're going to make sure we can fit this sheet of plywood. It goes only until about there. So until there to the edge, we're going to make a little relief mark cut with the jigsaw. We're going to make it the thickness of the sheet of plywood. Maybe we'll shave a little bit off. And that should do it. Almost. Forgot the end. There we go. That should do it. That should do the trick. And bam. We have a backboard. Perfectly fit. And the good thing about this is the backboard is removable if you want to remove it. If you don't want it to be removable, just put 2 screws in the back or 3 screws. It'll be perfect. So, in the next video I'm going to be building a train yard with these 2 modules here for my train club I just started. So anyways guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.